first principle of the universe is love. And embrace that. Because when you understand that, this is what you're looking at. You're looking at a blueprint that's giving your subconscious mind the imagery you don't understand in your conscious mind, but your God self can translate it to transform you. Right. If you allow it to sink in without judgment. Because as soon as you put judgment on it, the judgment causes you to restrict and fear.
Go ahead.
But when you recognize that all things is happening within you, happening in the world, they just, because all parts of the hologram is an equal part of the whole.
Go ahead. I'm with you. This fire.
Right? So when you go through the internal dialogue with the internal self and realign, you start to cause that expansion. Right? This is why they tell you, don't be laying up under them girls while you young. Fuck you up. Short your circuit out. Because you don't know how to release the energy to be in the moment yet. You still what they call wild and free.
Okay, go ahead.
The mind is untamed. Your psycho mile, your monkey mind is going crazy, and you following it, but you watching for the snakes, and the snakes is the wisdom.
Go ahead.
Right. So when one wise woman whisper one wise word to you, she's giving you a message from a whole generation of wise women. You have to be perceptive enough to watch for snakes. That means watch for the wisdom. Right? And the more that you understand that they turning you on to how to turn your mitochondrial up, because you can't have any magic without getting back to the first principle of the universe. Right? Because now you have to expand your auric field. This is your auric field, your grid. And then with that, you have to learn your inner language. You don't know your inner language until you learn how to communicate with yourself, higher self to lower self. And this is why we teach tarot card reading. Party shell readings. Flip the shells. You just using that for your subconscious mind to give your conscious mind a frame of reference so you can translate what you sensing into something you can explain to somebody else.
Right.
And this is where we get into the magic of the chi. Because as you expand that field right there that we're looking at, you're starting to expand your chi. So you're expanding right there?
Yep. Hey, quick question, Rob, while you on this subject. So it's kind of like a cobra back right here, but like I say, like man, this is a big difference between the love energy and the fear energy. It's like only like maybe 1/8 of what this is. 1/8 of the energy. Yeah.
So this is the touch the hem of his garment. The explanation.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so when Isis walked past you, her energy output of mitochondrial resonance is healing and restorative to origin.
Okay.
The lady had been bleeding, vaginal bleeding, and she was suffering. Okay. She spent all her money on the doctors. They couldn't help her.
Okay.
The witch doctors couldn't help her. Right? But she heard Mother Isis was coming to town. They tell us it was Jesus.
Yeah.
And she said when they went past, she didn't even care to have a conversation. Check up all out. She just know that if she can get close enough to get into this field, right, that she would be deep enough inside the energy field to be healed.
Okay, go ahead.
Uterus to uterus. This is why women's healing circles are so important.
Go ahead. Write that down.
Right. So when she touched the hem of a garment, I turned around and said, "Who touched me?" And she said, "It was me. I just wanted to be made whole."
Yeah.
Right. This is the mitochondrial field they talking about, what we call an aura.
Okay, go ahead.
Right. This is when we were neutral gender. Gender was unified in the name of love, and then it became divided at 3D in order for us to understand how to balance the polar opposites. So this is why when you hear about people that can still do the stuff we read about in the Bible or in history books that's over in India.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where we get the greatest information on developing the chi. Just right here.
Okay.
And they understand that developing the chi is tuning into the love frequency. They trying to draw it directly from the earth, but the earth requires a man for optimum performance to gain it through a woman and tie both of them back to the earth.
Mm-hmm.
That's called a sacred union. So they ground it, and the woman can raise his chi energy without him going through 40 years of meditation in a cave in the Himalayas some goddamn where.
Go ahead.
Right? They call that sacred sexual energy harvesting. It's part of the sex magic understanding, and that's how they knew how to use sex magic to subjugate the children. Because trauma sex magic ties them into a low resonance, which allows the fear to conquer their life. And this is why you got people with unconquerable phobias now. They're using this chi harnessing of the root chakra.
So
Keep you vibrating in fight or flight mode.
So the energy they be stealing from the kids, they be wanting them kids while they fresh and while they innocent, so they can steal the fresh energy from like the raw energy.
Yep. And they corrupt them from being able to conquer them later.
Wow.
Right. So in India, they teach a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
All the way to the right.
All the way to the right. Right here. Right here, Rod.
Mm-hmm. It's on the second row now, all the way to the left.
All right, hold on. Right here, like all the way to the left.
It's in the display case.
Right there, Rod, right?
That's it. See, it's in the display case, yep.
Yeah. $43 million. Shit. That's $1.
Now remember, in the book, we already under the Bible contract from 1492 and Columbus' arrival. We already under that 400-year contract. Remember Elijah said they got an extension? You remember, Elder?
Yep.
This the extension.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, now, because we under the Bible contract, and the Bible contract say the blood of the righteous shall not be spilled in vain, because Crispus Attucus was one of the righteous, and they wrote the contract in his blood, even the ones who don't want to participate is forced to follow the rules. It's an energetic movement of people. The maintenance on the contract is the slaughterhouses, the letting of blood rituals that's keeping us sedated. Right? Adrenaline is known as angel repellent.
Go ahead.
So your fear chokes the angel spirit out of the individual. The more he feared, the more he choked himself down. So immediately following this, the protest was something called the Boston Tea Party.
Yeah, right.
This was the fallout. This was the beginning of the American Revolution.
You want to take some questions? And
yeah, we're moving to some questions. So
we come back on part 2 on this one, man, because this right here is a good one. Like I say, every time you come, Rod, it's just, I learn something new every year.
Well, they need to understand how we got to this idea. They need to understand what we're talking about, the restoring the matriarchy.
Yeah, so
and now it can't be. I can't make it no more clearer.
Yeah. So right now, I'm saying the way I remember it, man. As you telling me about this matriarch and everything, the way I remember it is that, and I saw this movie, a Native American movie, right? And the woman did all the talking. all the man did is just stand there and just, if you didn't listen to what she said, he was the force to say, okay, you don't want to listen to her. Now I gotta kick your ass. But if you listen to her,
Those
you
women
good.
are those women are called chiefs. They the ones, they like, for instance, you got two different types of chief. You got men chiefs and women chiefs. The chief is the one that talk to the people that come in and stuff like that. Big Mama will send a chief, male or female, according to the circumstance. Right? And we follow the instruction, and sometimes we send the enforcers, which is also the witnesses. Right? So when the Galactic Council asked for Larry Hoover, we got to have a witness.
Okay. Go ahead.
Somebody that is on equal footing with Larry Hoover. We always have to have a witness. So they want to know, who are we sending the witness, his interaction, and we said Chief Malik Angel Bay. Right? We sending not only a witness, but somebody that if you fuck with his brother, he gonna touch you.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, and you ain't gonna look at him and intimidate him. He ain't scared of none of you.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
And then once we got that, then we found out that they had Big Tukey frozen cryostasis, and he wanted the chiefs on the land that they wasn't allowed to kill. We told him, you gotta produce him.
Right.
And he'd be the second witness. Right? So now we winding down to the end. Haiti is the place to watch. I got a call from Sister Bayeno Biello. Happy belated birthday, sister. I love you. She let me know that Haiti was on the road with taking care of their business and cleaning up their house. That was good news. Her birthday was yesterday, right? And my mama's birthday in 3 days, the 29th. Do the math. So hers was 327. That's 3 flip 7 off a 2-ball cane flip. Right? And the grandmother knock or a matriarch knock come off the motherland from my mama's birthday approaching on the crossroads knockback off a red house. On the 3 days to a resurrection on my mama's birthday to deliver a message that will let them know that we're about to restore the supreme matriarch, and we've already began, the stuff is in motion. It's actively in motion. We've identified the fakes and the frauds, the haters and the backbiters, the underminers, the crooks, the dirty players, the dirty hand. Everybody been taken care of, except the normal, everyday, I ain't had nothing to do with that ass people. Because they ain't had nothing to do with it.
We won.
Right. So we didn't come on ships. We was already here. We was here before here was here, because we built this shit. Elijah Muhammad said, who is God? The maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, God of the universe, the Asiatic black man in us. Right? But I ain't Asiatic. I'm organic. And we was black by political position of opposition, by those who classified themselves as free white persons, and they were on the attack to usurp us. It's all played out by the Pope at the Vatican by sitting in his chair under the Great Mother's chair, knowing he can't sit on it. All he can do is block you from getting to it. So before we let them stop her from getting to it, we clean house first. You know how the kids get when mama about to come home, everybody get up and start cleaning shit up.
Right.
Because we don't want that ass whooping that come with it. Right. So mama on her way home and everybody got up, jumped up, started cleaning up. They couldn't figure out what to do, so they asked me what to do, so I told them. And when I told them, they did it, and Big Mama started smiling and said, there go my baby, I told you, you leave no stone unturned.
Yeah, go for the big.
So
Go ahead.
yeah, so now if y'all gamblers, put y'all money on the motherfucking Haitian um World Cup women's team. Get y'all a little extra change. I'm not a gambler, but
Watch the flip on the land, huh?
yeah,
Hey,
we
everybody
move
saying
we moving the we moving the matriarchy back in power no matter. A lot of the guys don't understand it and they think that it's a bad idea to put the matriarchy back together. But what they don't know is because it's ran with the children's interests as the first order of business for the next 7 generations, and the mothers just had to consider that in all of their political decisions. Once he realized that, it's going to change his interaction with the divine feminine, which is going to change his interaction with women. The value of men and women vary according to your personal development. You can't be a high value target doing low value shit. You just can't expect that. You can't expect to be a slime ball and get the best top of the cream mate.
that's right. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something.
Right?
Hey, Rod, I'm gonna tell you something, man.
Yeah.
About this tape. This is a fire tape, man, because it make us, treat our women better. Like my wife, man. I'm telling you, when I treat her a certain way, I get the king response. When I treat her like a queen, she treat me like a king. You know what I'm saying? So like, I know people don't like the word king. We can get into that in the word queen, but I'm saying, yeah, like when you do your woman right, if you got a good woman, she should do you right in exchange, and y'all come out on top. I feel I'm doing
Look,
good right now. Yeah.
people are in the slave mentality of going into their relationships, and that's why they don't understand the nature of the species. Men and
Uh-huh.
women, we don't function mentally and psychologically the same, but the woman want the man to act like a woman without being a woman. This is what,
Go ahead.
and the man want the woman to be your homeboy. She ain't your homeboy. She your counterpart, your
Uh-huh.
counterbalance, right? So once you learn how to balance the relationship, start building toward a good life. Everybody is looking at the gloom and doom of yesterday, and that's what's holding them down and holding them back. You stuck in the
Mhm.
past. If
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
start evolving your understanding of people, it's going to evolve your understanding of your mate. When you understand that if a man get a good woman, he can read from her energy if he need to do certain business transactions because
Right.
she will respond in a certain way when the negative energy comes towards you,
Right. Right.
right? And sometimes that's why you always hear us say, no matter who mama was praying to, that shit worked for me.
Yeah, you're right. Go ahead.
So
Go
she was
ahead.
talking to herself because my mama is the guide to the child. She is your creator. Ain't no motherfucker mowed you out no dirt and blow no shit in you. You was born out your mama
Get them.
uterus,
Get them.
right? And it took us a long time to develop this organic meat suit, but we here now in human form, walking God, serving the interest of the people to their highest good once they can assimilate what it all means.
Go
And
ahead.
so we come teach them step by step. Everywhere you look on earth, before there was any male called God, God was a woman, the great
Go ahead.
mother,
Go ahead.
right? You could call her by many different names, but at the end, it had to be a mother image to understand the God concept and the concept of unconditional love, because it's the only place in nature that is naturally found.
Mm-hmm.
Mothers have unconditional love for offspring, right? And that's why they came out with the Oedipus complex and the electric complex, where you
Mm-hmm.
marry your opposing parent. No, you marry an archetype. That's why Jung had to come straighten it out,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
When you realize that the love frequency of the heart connects all who love the same. So the fabric of it is to build up the community by winning the hearts and the minds of the people with undisputable truth and the arati, the unshakable facts.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Right? So we come, we teach, they learn, and they awaken. The great mother going back on her feet.
Yeah.
Ain't
One
no
way or
doubt
the other.
about it. One way or
One way or the
another,
other.
by hook or by
Yeah.
crook. We will
By any
burn this
means
mother down if she ain't getting what's hers. My mama said, "Don't let nobody take nothing from my sisters and my brothers." And I
yeah, Big
seen that
Mama
my sister's planet was being held hostage. So I had to find out who did it, how they did it, why they did it, where they done it at, right? And then I had to reverse it, turn that shit around on their ass, telling the people step by step, this is what they did, so we had to do this. So under the Indigenous Rights Act, knowing that I'm organic to the land with the blood and the rights, I canceled their contracts because Big Mama told me to. She told me to get the imposters off the land. Then I got the message from mothers all across the land that's telling me the same thing. Right? And it culminates in the dream when I'm called by three kings.